Good afternoon, everyone. Since those times are pretty crazy, and since there was one special request of one very special person, I am doing a video today instead of email teaching or instead of normal teaching. And well, I'm pretty excited, and my heart is beating fast because I have never done that before and because I'm not used to be seen by bigger crowds or other people. So let's see how it works. Um, we have talked a bit about the environment. You have done a task about the bottle deposit system in Germany. You've done a task a bit about organic food and fair trade. And I'd like to add some ideas to that of what you can do to save the environment, or maybe what we as a family or Mr. Ludwig as your teacher is doing. So I'd like to give you some ideas and some steps. Number one, when we talk about food, our family is basically looking for food that is grown locally. So you will find food at our home that we have bought from local economies, from farmers, or that is seasonal. So there might be no strawberries in winter. And we are also looking for food that is organic because that's better for the environment. And if it is from far away, like bananas or coffee, we try to look for food that is fair trade so that at least the people aren't suffering that are growing the food. That's about the food. The second idea is about clothes. Well, there are also options to buy organic grown cotton that is sewn into your clothes. But the option that we have chosen is we are only trying to buy second-hand clothes. So my shirts, my socks, my jeans, my underwear, my shoes, my jackets, all of those, they are bought after someone else has used them, so they are second-hand. And well, for me it works pretty well. So they look stylish. I think that they look stylish, and they are a bit cheaper than new clothes, and of course they are better for the environment because you are reusing them instead of producing new ones. Then the next idea is that we try to reduce our waste. Of course, if there is this grüner Punkt or the gelber Sack, then we try to use that as there is a lot of recycling involved. And we have a compost next to our flat, so we can use that as well. We are using that as we are putting all the organic stuff and all the food that is left on this place or on the compost. And it is it is better to look for products that aren't packed into 5 different packagings, but just one. So there is a store in Dresden as well that is called Unverpackt, and this store is offering products where you can bring your own packaging, like your own boxes or your own bottles, and then you fill in the raw product into your boxes and bottles, and you won't get any packaging at all. So that is a way of reducing waste whenever it is possible. The next idea is the energy. Of course, by seeing me through a video stream, you know that there are a lot of technical devices at our home, and it is better for the environment to use the energy that those devices need. That is only, in a way, organic. So there is one company that is called Naturstrom, and they produce environmentally friendly energy via water energy, via wind energy, or via solar panels. And that is better for the environment because it is renewable energy and there isn't a lot of carbon dioxide produced through this way. When you talk about saving the environment, you need to talk about money as well, because all the money that you are using, that is your income maybe, or your parents' income, is also money that could be used for good or for the bad. So we are using a bank that is called GLS, Gemeinschaft für Leihen und Schenken. And this bank, the GLS bank, is only using stocks and money that comes from, well, ethic sources, reliable sources, which means if there's a company that uses child labor, where children have to work, or a company that uses a lot of chemicals, or a company that produces weapons, or anything that is destroying the environment or other people, then those stocks and this money is not used by the bank. And that means that you will receive a smaller interest rate. Of course, in these times, it doesn't matter at all. So your income or the flow back of your money is smaller, but you know that your money is only used for something good, that it is only invested in something that is not destroying the environment. Then there is another idea, of course, toys. We have got 3 children, you know that, and there are a lot of toys in our household. A lot of these toys are made of wood or paper, so they are not made of plastic. And if they are made of plastic, you can find that, for example, it is Lego. Of course, Lego is made of plastic. It is not something that is perfect for the environment, but it is sustainable, which means it lasts very long, even through the generations, so it won't break, and you can use it for yourself or for your children or for the children's children, and it is still, well, playable and a sustainable source of a toy. Then when you talk about mobile phones or when you talk about electrical devices at all, you know that they are bad because for example, the gold or the materials that are used in those devices are also the ones that are destroying the environment, because you need to mine them, you need to farm them, and you need to get them, for example, in the rainforest. And of any technical device is a problem for the environment. So what we try to do is to use those technical devices as long as possible, and instead of throwing them away, we try to repair them. So you will find, of course, a lot of computers and technical stuff in this household, but it is mostly used for a very long time or repaired to still use it. And as a last idea, of course, I'd like to talk about transportation or transport. You know that I do not own a car. And you know that this is not really necessary in Dresden, because there is still public transport that you can use, that we are using a lot of times. And we also use the car sharing model or the car sharing option. So there are some companies that offer cars in Dresden for sharing them or using them only in limited amount of time and then paying for them. And that is one way not to buy your own car and not to produce a car only for one person or one family, but instead using the car for a lot of families and using it whenever you need it instead of having it all the time. So those are some ideas that our family is using. Of course, you can have other ideas. Of course, your parents will tell you, do not waste water and switch off the electrical devices when you leave the room, turn off the lights and close the windows when your heating is on. And all of those are small steps, just like the ones that I have given you. And there is one very important mental thing. If you start those small steps and if you talk about the small steps, there will be other people telling you, well, this is not enough. Either you're doing something wrong, or they are criticizing your way because they don't like it and they want you to use their way, or they don't even think it is an achievement to have these small steps. Now, what is very important is your mindset. So anything that you do, anything at all, is better than doing nothing for the environment. So you don't have to start everything at once. Just pick one area, pick one idea that you like, and maybe practice it, maybe try it, and try to implement it into your life. And if you think, yes, that's a good idea, then try the next step. So do little steps, and don't listen to other people criticizing you about those little steps. Just do them, because everything that you do is better for the environment than just sitting there and criticizing others. So, maybe you found some points in my video. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and have a beautiful afternoon and a great day. Bye bye. Take care.